Hi, I'm James George, and I'm with Alex Peters from Homebridge, and we are doing our monthly market report. It's September 2021. Alex, how are you?
I'm doing great, James. Thanks for having me. How's everything with you?
Things are good. So obviously we talk about the real estate market, talk about loans. We actually didn't do one in August because you got married and went off for a honeymoon. So congratulations. You had a
Thank you.
fantastic wedding. It was a great pleasure to be there. And you've obviously had a great honeymoon as well. So what is happening with the real estate market? Loans, interest rates, give us an update.
Yeah, so interest rates, if we look at month over month, they're pretty much flat. Not much has changed from August to September. Considering we didn't do an update in August, if we will go back to the beginning of July, they're actually just about an eighth better than they were back then. So back in July, maybe they're around 3.25, 3 3/8 for a conventional loan with good credit, good down payment on a single family. Now we're looking at maybe 3 1/8, 3 1/4. FHA is back down to about 2.75 with no cost anyways. You can get lower than that if you want to pay some points. Same with VA. So I guess the overall point here is it's kind of just doing this. It's kind of just staying in this little channel, not shooting up, not dropping down. On any given day, you might get an eighth or a quarter better than the previous day, but it's not going to be anything dramatic.
So interest rates are still low. Let's face it. If you would have told us 2 years ago they'd be this low, we wouldn't believe you. They're really low, slightly higher than what they were at the very lowest point, when at one point you were getting like under free for a conventional loan, but they're still really low. So if people are looking to buy, still a good time to buy in regards to getting a low interest rate locked in. Now, the caveat to that is that we are seeing a change in the market, 100%. Let's face it, it had to happen. It was just ridiculous. Buyers were having to compete against 50 to 100 other people. It was just insane what was happening. Things have now 100% shifted. What we're seeing now is houses that are still priced right are still getting multiple offers and often going over asking price. But sellers are starting to, they've started to try to be a bit too greedy, and the wrong house being priced at the wrong price, they're just not selling. You're starting to see places sit on the market, no offers, and then they're having to do price reductions. So it's one of those that if you're a buyer you really have to really look at that particular house. Just because it's listed at a certain price doesn't mean it's worth that. Literally, we are seeing maybe a $1 million house listed at 1.2 by one agent and at 900K another and $1 million at the other. Because it's listed at 1.2 doesn't mean it's worth 1.2. Just because it's listed at 900K doesn't mean it's worth 900K. You really have to analyze the data and have an agent who will communicate with the seller, find out what offers have got, really look at the comps, and then you can make a decision. People are saying to me all the time right now, is it a good time to buy? And I always ask them, what's your situation? In my opinion, if you're looking to buy a house and then move to another country in the next year or two, I wouldn't buy right now, truthfully, because that low interest rate that you're going to be locked in means nothing if you're going to sell it in a couple of years. If you're looking to buy that house and stay in it for a long period, doesn't matter if house prices drop 5, 10, 15%. If you work out the math and speak to someone like Alex, and they could actually work out for you over a 10, 15, 20, 30-year period, you get the house, a $1 million house, at a 3.25% interest rate, as a random example. And then you also buy a 900K house at a 4.5% interest rate, and then look at your overall repayments over 10, 15, 20, 30 years. You'll be shocked at how the difference and how often it's better to actually buy the house at the higher price and get the low interest rate.
Absolutely. 100% agree with
that. There's loads of things that go into it. So there isn't necessarily a good time to buy. It depends on your situation. And there's going to be that golden period where I think house prices drop a little, interest rates are a bit lower. We'll see, but no one knows when that will be. It's one of those, and everyone's situation is different. If you're selling a house and you have to sell and then you have to buy something, then it doesn't really make a difference what point you buy and sell if you're buying something around the same price. If you have to sell a place and maybe move abroad and you're never going to buy a place again, you're just selling that property, or maybe you're thinking of selling and then renting, I'd sell as quick as possible, being completely honest. I think we hit that golden point around May, June-ish, when you were going to get the highest price to your house. Truth is, you probably won't get the same price to your house now as what you did then. We don't know what the future holds. Historically, house prices drop from now and can probably continually drop throughout the year. And then in the spring, they jump up again. If you look at the table, people generally move for schools, and now everyone's moved for the schools. And so it's one of those that if you need to sell and you're thinking, oh, I might wait a few months, sell as soon as possible would be my advice. But everyone's situation is different. So I think that the things to take away from this is don't make a decision yourself. Speak to people that are busy in real estate every single day. Speak to a real estate agent that's doing multiple transactions. Don't speak to the real estate agent that's done one deal in the last 5 years, who's your sister's brother's uncle's auntie. Don't bother speaking to them, because the truth is what will happen is they won't be in touch with the market. I remember when we were at the height of the market, I was getting offers from people under asking price when I listed a place at 1.4, and I was getting offers at 1.6, and they're offering a place at 135, not even calling me, and then afterwards wondering if they got close with their offer. Don't use those agents. Use those agents who are going to give you who are going to call up the other person, give you the information, and do your best to get the home. And you've got to use a lender that understands the market and will be able to help you as well. The truth is you need to use a good lender. Don't just go to your bank, because the truth is quite often deals fall through every single day because they use the wrong lender. You've got to use someone who, my advice is, call your lender. If they pick up the phone or call you back within a couple of hours, there's a good chance that they are good lenders to use. If you call your lender or your bank and 3 days later you've not heard back, don't use them.
Yeah, this is such an in the moment kind of business. If you need a pre-approval letter on a Saturday evening at 6 p.m., you can rely on me for that, no problem. But Bank of America is not open. Chase, Wells Fargo, the big banks, I'm going to name them all, they're just not open at that time. And having that difference, that makes a huge difference, because it could make or break your offer kind of thing. And ask your lender, how quickly can they close? If your lender's like, oh, we do the standard 45, 35 days, they're probably not in touch with this market. I'm not saying that you require a quick close, but if they can't even adhere to it, they probably don't have the best process. We can close under 20 days if we need to, but not all the time do the clients want to. It's not always needed, but it just goes to show that we know what we're doing. And ask your lender too, do you focus on purchases or do you focus on refinances? If they focus on refinances, they may not be up to date with the most recent contract law. They may not talk to listing agents, know what the different things to say. For example, I can help my clients waive a loan contingency right up front to make it look like a cash offer. Big banks are not going to empower you to do that, for example. So ask those questions, reach out to me if you have any questions, reach out to James. I think what you were saying about the agent too makes a huge difference. Just using your cousin or your friend who maybe did a deal last year, they don't know what's going on right now. And it's no offense to them. You need someone that actually understands in the last 60 days what's going on in this market to help you get that competitive edge.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The great thing about having a relationship with a lender when you're a real estate agent is every single deal that we have, I call you up when they use you as the lender, because they can use whatever lender they want. It's completely free choice for them. And when they choose to use you, I call you up and I'm like, look, I'm looking to write this offer. Can you first of all send me the pre-approval? We often have that in advance, but if I haven't, maybe I've just met them, let's get it done. You send it like straight away. You find out all the information that you can, you get them approved, you send me that straight away. And the next thing is I'm like, look, how can we make this offer as good as possible? I've spoken to the agent and they have an all cash offer. So how can we compete with that all cash offer? And then you'll say to me something along the lines of, just to let you know, these guys, I'm really confident we're going to have no problems at all. We discuss it with the client and we're like, look, we want to compete with this other offer and you really want this house, we could do this, this, and this. And sometimes we've done it where we have removed, you know, all contingencies, or maybe what I quite often like to do is just do a really, really short inspection period. And you get the loan done in that time. You know, we've done a 7-day inspection period before and got the loan wrapped up in 7 days. So we could write the offer with no appraisal contingency, no loan contingency, and just a 7-day inspection contingency, because we get the loan done straight, the appraisal done straight away. We have the appraisal back. These are little secrets that I'm giving away now, but we do get the appraisal back, and we have the loan all done in 7 days. And the funny thing is your money is not in, you know, we're not really writing an offer without a loan and an appraisal contingency, because we've got the 7-day inspection. And so if the loan goes wrong in 7 days, or the appraisal goes wrong in 7 days, you've still got 7 days to pull out because of the inspection. And there's little tricks of the trade, which unfortunately not everyone knows. And it's by having a great lender that I can do that, because if I was using a bank, there's no way they'd have a loan done in 7 days.
Right, exactly. So use us.
Yes,
reach out to
exactly.
us.
So thanks for your time, Alex. Thanks for the update. Look forward to chatting to you next month for the October market update.
Cheers. Thanks, James. Have a great one. Talk to you soon. Cheers.